My name is Jared Heath, and I serve as a senior watershed specialist for the City of Fort Collins Utilities Watershed Program. In my role, I'm responsible for developing and implementing plans that help protect the city's drinking water supplies and the health of the Poudre River watershed from current and future pollution threats. The City of Fort Collins received its drinking water from the Cache la Poudre watershed and Horsetooth Reservoir. Those two watersheds are approximately 1 million acres of land. And the Poudre watershed is a big area, and it's mostly forested land that is owned and managed by a mix of federal, local, and state land agencies, which for the City of Fort Collins, we don't own any of that land. So it's really important for us to collaborate with all of those agencies to get the work done that is required to protect our drinking water supplies from pollution threats. An example of one of the partnerships that we have right now with our colleagues at Colorado State University is a project that is located up on the South Fork of the Poudre River, which is a major tributary to the main stem of the Poudre River, and it contributes additional drinking water supplies for the City of Fort Collins and other municipalities that rely on the Poudre River.
My name is Sarah Rathburn, and I'm a professor of geosciences at Colorado State University. My research specialty is river science. So I study rivers and how they shape the landscape. And I'm working up here with a lot of faculty from CSU who are trying to answer challenging questions about the watershed. The water quality, where the water comes from, the exchange of water, where it gets stored, where it gets released, so that we can help understand why this system is so important to the water that we receive in Fort Collins.
I'm Mike Ronayne. I'm a hydrogeologist and a faculty member in the Geosciences Department at Colorado State. Being a hydrogeologist means I study aquifers and groundwater and the interaction between groundwater and surface water. So we're working with the City of Fort Collins and others to think about the upstream parts of these watersheds. In this area, for example, the groundwater resources in this wide valley are really important for sustaining streamflow throughout the year.
Some of the other benefits outside of protecting our drinking water supplies that healthy, functioning riverscapes offer is also wildlife habitat. That's one of the exciting things about this type of work, is that these ecosystems that provide a number of different benefits, not only to wildlife in the area, but also to people like us that rely on a source of water for our community.
When I talk about rivers, I like to think about them as river ecosystems. It's not just the physical channel that routes water, it's the entire valley, which include all of these willows that we see here. They provide this ecosystem. They're important for so many animals. And one that is a new recruit to this valley are beavers.
The beavers are ponding up this area, so that results in water moving from the stream back into the groundwater system.
They want ponded water. They build dams that pond the water, they spread it out, it wets the floodplain, and it creates this wetland that it can extend all the way across the river valley. That protects these valleys from fires.
If you think about that amount of water, it's really important to the downstream communities because it's part of what really sustains stream flow.
One incredible benefit of working up here is the collaborations that we get to have with the City of Fort Collins. The people from the watershed team have been interested and supportive and participating in this research because we want to help them answer questions about the water. How much is there? Where's it coming from? What's the water quality? Because ultimately that then applies our research to the citizens of Fort Collins, which we want. We want this to be beneficial research that has societal relevance.
So these partnerships with CSU and other partners across the watershed are really valuable because the city can't do this all on our own. One of the values with our partnerships is really kind of diving deep into what the function of these riverscapes are, what the other benefits that they provide outside of helping to protect our drinking water supplies. But by re-wetting these landscapes, we also see natural pieces of infrastructure to help filter our water, to help slow down the water in the event of floods, to help create fire breaks and change fire behavior across the landscape, and also store water and hold on to it to help extend the time at which the water is released from those river systems downstream to our intakes where we take that water and treat it for our communities.